Hi Aries, welcome into your video. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you guys. Third week of January. Feels like, I don't know, we're jumping into this year old hat. But we're going into the new moon of Capricorn and it is affecting your sign quite specifically. Actually, it's affecting all the cardinal signs. There's four of you. You, Capricorn, and Cancer, I think, and one more. I forgot the other one. So it's affecting all of you guys. It's actually forcing you to face parts of yourself, like your shadow side, your dark side, but more comfortably, at ease. It's like you're processing things about yourself that, the shitty things that we do or the shitty things that we think we do or the bad parts of ourselves. You're facing them now, but you're dealing with them like a champ, like no problem, like you're mitigating these issues. You're like, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. It hasn't served me in the past. So I doubt it's going to serve me anymore in the future. So, like, for example, you're saying to yourself, you know what? I need to be a better person and not be so snarky and witty and so quick to judge. You're kind of like taking things with a grain of salt. So, let's see how that affects your reading. Third week of January. Feel like you're trying to be a little bit more compliant, but with the right way, like putting those boundaries where they need to be. Okay. The Fool, there you are at the bottom of the deck. You're not an actual fool. It's just you are taking the actions of taking risks and taking leaps of faith. Now what's on the table is Justice and Knight of Swords. I instantly felt like someone's rushing in to communicate something that's going to bring you justice. Okay, and that could come in many, many forms. If we want to talk about literal, this is court, and this is court papers, and this is somebody serving documents, court papers, coming from a legal office or a law office or something like that, or certified mail for something legal. Now, in the theoretical world, Justice, especially in the upright position, is a Libra card. Maybe you have Libra in you. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra. Moreover, your situation is telling me something that was not fair before will be. So if somebody's been taking advantage of you or had been not really paying attention to you before, they're coming to you now to communicate something. I'm so curious to know what the hell that is with the Knight of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, you're taking some kind of risk to it. Interesting to see how that plays out when we clarify. So it's coming in towards my Aries, please. I'm like so close to this mic, I feel like I'm about to eat it. So many people are complaining that they can't hear me. Guys, I don't know what else to do. Maybe I could put like a boom, but I don't know how that's going to change the sound. Excuse me. We got two kings over here. The one on the table, though, is interesting. Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this is the opposing energy. So if you're dating someone, seeing someone, or this is your boss, okay, because this is or your lawyer, because this is somebody fair, balanced, honest. They're unbiased. They're available if this is love related. Okay, because they're in the upright position. They're smart, they're intelligent, and they're going to hear you out. Okay, they might not shout the I love yous from the rooftops for you. They don't wear their emotions on their sleeves, so you'll never know what they're thinking or feeling. You're just going to have to guess. But I see Six of Pentacles. So if this is love related, you're being breadcrumbed. Plain and simple. You're getting pieces from this person, and that's why it's making me feel like you don't know where you stand with them. Now, if this is work related, Six of Pentacles means a whole other thing. It means promotion or getting some more money or just getting a little bit of money. Others of you, this is you begging for something, for help financially or job-wise. But we'll see when we clarify. But that's kind of what it's telling me. So you can be in either or camp. Either you're getting a small raise or a bump up, and that's your Justice, or you're getting divvied up, or you're looking for help for financial help or a job. But I do see this other incoming energy at the bottom of the deck, this King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Make no mistake, these two energies are going to be simultaneously. They're going to be back to back, especially if this is love related. So you'll soon meet a fire sign if you haven't met one yet. Now, what else? They don't have to be a fire sign. Person is energetic. This person is charismatic. This person is a spitfire. They have a lot of energy. They're very attractive, and they're creative types. All right, so that's how you'll know the difference of who's who. What does an Aries see coming their way? All right, I do see a lot of work and love playing in both these cards. I do. First of all, Ten of Cups talks about being in a happy relationship, okay? Happy couplehood. 5 cups are yours, 5 cups are theirs. You're all sitting here having your little cute picnic and, you know, it's lovely. Then you have the Knight of Cups, but it's sideways. So there's something about this message that comes in or you're struggling to do. And it's in regards to your feelings and your emotions. So I don't know if it's struggling to come into you, this message, like this invitation, or you're struggling to open up to send out this invitation. I do see at the bottom of the deck the 3 of Pentacles, and that's collaborating here with someone, either in love or work. This is working with a team, but you're struggling to emotionally make that invitation come together so you can all be a happy team working together, okay? Your advice. Oh, boys and girls, this is going to be interesting. Interesting. Queen of Swords. Wow, the Emperor, that's you. 9 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. Okay, there's 4 cards here, right? Tarot time, tarot lesson time. Taking this out, which is you, the Emperor, unless you're dealing with another Aries, we'll just put that there for a second. We're in your advice position. The rest of these cards, they're all swords. What are swords? Swords are mental. All right, this is you up at night, tossing and turning, full on anxiety, sleepless nights. This is sneaking, ghosting, strategizing. This is Queen of Swords. You're either dealing with an air sign female, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or that's you, where you need, and if we put these all together, either you are trying to, but you have to, you need to strategize. Swords, you got to mentally think up of something on how to take care of business. And that's where the Emperor comes in. You need to take care of business. You need to be here. First of all, you have to boss up. You really do. Okay? Because the Emperor creates empires. And they do it by doing certain actions. They think them up. The Swords cards, this is thinking. And they go forward with. You need to be fair, balanced, honest. All right? Use the sword. Cut off the dead ends. They're not serving you. They're not helping you. If you have a plant, you take off the dead leaves so the rest of the branch can grow. Otherwise, the whole thing dies. So that's what the sword's for. Strategize, think. That's what the 7 of Swords is. Go in stealth mode. Nobody needs to know what you're about to do or the actions you need to take. You got to fucking do what you got to do for you to persevere right now. If this is work or in your relationship. And the 9 of Swords. Ain't no time or room for you to be up at night, tossing and turning, sleeping, having sleepless nights. It's not going to serve you at all. It's not, you're going to lose hope and faith. You're going to be tired and exhausted, and you're not going to think clearly. And you need to think clearly on how you're going to do something moving forward. All right. Outcome of the week, please. Wow, what the hell are you guys up to? More swords. So if you guys are dealing with dual energies, this is too many, Spirit, but let me redo. If you're dealing with dual energies and you're trying to get out of one situation to go into another, or you're trying to strategize your job thing, you do need to strategize. And you do need to ask for help from somebody. Because in order for you to make more money or progress in life, that's what needs to be done. But you only have one outcome card. I'm going to see if any more comes out. It's the Six of Swords, more swords. Mentally disengaging from the past. That's gone. Cut the cord, goodbye. Because if you keep looking in the rear view mirror, and I just said this to somebody in a personal reading today, if you look in the rear view mirror, you're not going to look forward. You know what's going to happen when you don't look forward? You're going to crash and burn because you're too busy looking at what was back there. If you're looking up there in your rear view mirror, what if the opportunity of a lifetime walks right in front of your car like this? You didn't see it because you were looking back there. But if you sever and you cut the cords and you sever all ideas and notions of poverty, thinking that you're never going to make money, sever that. Thinking you're never going to meet another person and date again, sever that. Thinking that you're never going to get ahead in life, sever that. You need to focus, look forward. You need to disengage from your past anyway. You're going to do it because it's in the outcome position. And you will go to smoother waters. I want to see one more. One more for the outcome. You want to look ahead and strategize. Oh, yeah. A lot of you either ended a marriage, ended a relationship, ended a job. It just went poof. Let me tell you something. The sun is also here. When there's a tower moment there, it was meant to be. You are going to stay in a place, Aries, that was beneath you or not serving you. So a tower comes along. That's why a tower is a major arcana. This is Leo and Scorpio energy, by the way. This is you leaving this disaster behind, right here, and going to happier days. And ain't that some shit that it's in your outcome position? You also have the Page of Cups. I wonder what this dude is doing here. This is somebody younger than you, immature, maybe even a child. It can be someone your age, but immature thoughts. It's somebody texting you or sending you small signals or some kind of information. That's probably what's alerting you to be happy. So after you are mentally disengaging from something that fell apart, you get some kind of message. It's small, it's not huge, but it's enough for you to hang your happy hat on. So let's see. Let's start clarifying and see what's going on. What is Justice and Knight of Swords for Aries, please? Actually, this is a pretty awesome reading, now that I think about it. Might not seem like that to you, but I think the new moon in Capricorn also... Capricorn is a doing type of energy. They're ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is life lessons. I'm so glad I'm not a Capricorn. Sorry, Capricorns, but I feel for you. But anyway, it's the planet of lessons, Saturn, and difficulties and challenges. That's why it forces you to look at your shadow side. There's a reason I'm telling you all this. But this is what you're processing. So when this happens to you and when you're done with all of this, you'll understand how and why this was for your betterment. And you're going to learn so fucking much from it. That's why it's a new moon in Capricorn. And it affects all the cardinal signs. And you being one of them. Okay. Let me move my elbow. There we go. Interesting. Okay. Nine of Cups in reverse was back there. And I just turned it upright. All right, so Death in reverse. No, Death upright, actually, and the Four of Swords in reverse. So before, you had an ending. And you couldn't rest from it because, obviously, it had just happened to you. And you didn't know where you stood, where you were going, what you were doing. So something had ended, but it didn't heal you. Again, I feel like it probably needed to happen. Especially when I see it in your outcome here. Anyway, that's what's the before tarot, bringing you to this place where something comes in and gives you a message of justice. So, that's before. Let's see after. Aries, after, please. Knight of Cups. There's the Knight of Cups. Uh-huh. So. Ace of Pentacles. This is a new job, a new opportunity, a new relationship, a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend. It's solid. It's take it to the bank and cash it. It's in your 3D. When I say 3D, 5D, for those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, the uber spiritual people get me. The ones who are starting out this journey, 5D is here. 5D is in the ethereal. And it is you and another person in the ethereal, the 5D realm. 3D is this. It's tactile. You can touch it. You could see it. You could taste it. You could feel it. Pentacles are 3D. Okay? Cups are feelings. Knives are thoughts and ideas. And what element am I not saying? And then there's fire. You know fire. You know fire very well. 5 of Swords in reverse. Nice. Because you want your 5s to always be upside down. All of them. All 4 in all elements. 4 of Swords in reverse. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. And the Hangman in reverse. So, you have this new opportunity, and this is the justice I suspect that's coming in. But you're trying to see it from a different perspective, a different angle, because you feel stuck right now. So if you had a one-track mind on a certain plan and a certain goal, this is the time where you got to shift gears. All right? And then the 5 of Swords, whatever thing you have to like cut loose, you do. All right? Or just make your amends with it and say goodbye. You haven't healed though, okay? So you still have your 4 of Swords in reverse. The before and the after are both inverted with 4 of Swords. So they're both saying you're not healing, you're exhausted, either mentally, physically, and emotionally, even spiritually, not healed. Quite tired. So if some of you literally had an operation or something like that, you're not ready to rock and roll. Not yet. You're not ready to rock and roll for anything. Not a new thing. Not a new relationship, not a new anything. If it's work related, it's the time you gotta kind of like hustle. And that's why you have 4 swords in reverse. But here's the invitation. Let's see. Six of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Clarify before, please. Don't like when it does that. A whole clump slips out. Let's see if there's a common thread. I feel like I'm playing poker. No, I'm just kidding. 9 of Pentacles. So before you were single or financially independent, you were tossing and turning over some ideas. You were kind of like flip-flopping or wavering between choices of some kind. 100%. 2 of Swords. So it was 2 people, 2 jobs, stay, go, leave, move, don't go, don't move. You were going back and forth like a ping pong in your head. And then you have like the 6 of Cups. Thinking of fond memories or dealing with somebody or something from your past, your recent past, right? Because now we're dealing with 6s. Before you had the 5s, now we're at the 6. We're over the hump of the changes. This is where you're at now. So in the recent past, you were okay financially or even single-wise. You might have been dealing with 2 people or 2 energies. You made a decision of some kind. You did. And even though it was hard and you were going back and forth with both, I think you were on the precipice of moving forward. And then maybe this happened to you right before you made that move. And then so this. Let's see this. Because you were already freaking out. You were already having anxiety and stress before. So you were seeking your balance. It's coming now. Because now I feel like the worst has been done, or the damage has been done, or the decision has been made. What is the 6 of Pentacles and the Knight, please? Of Swords. Moon. Oh, a Two of Cups. Oh. Okay, so this is a partnership. So here's where it gets really interesting. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck talks about a passionate new beginning. Okay? What's under that? High Priestess. Hermit. So intuitively, you know that this other person that you're dealing with, if they're an air sign or they're keeping quiet about your feelings, guess what? You intuitively know that they like you, but they're just not telling you. So it's bothering you, and you need to know because you don't know if you have a future or where their future's going. Okay? Guess what? They do like you. They do feel like you're soulmates. They feel exactly the way you do. And if they're telling you something else, because I see them breadcrumbing you. I do. I see it. Here. Here's what they're not telling you. They feel like that. They feel like you're one. You're two souls who've come together to share together. You're soulmates. They're not telling you. How do I know that? They're keeping it a secret. The moon. The moon can also represent things you don't know, like where things are going in the future, fear of the unknown. It can also sometimes depict when the universe is saying, that's all I'm going to say about this. Moving on. But it's combined with the Two of Cups. So you're getting breadcrumbs, but believe you me, they feel the same way you do. They're just not telling you. Interesting. Okay. Six of Cups and the Ten of Cups. And God knows why they're doing it. Could be because they're afraid of getting hurt. It could be because this is just their method of operation. They're just taking their time. Who the hell knows? Just remember that though, Aries, you guys are at different speeds. But if you intuitively feel like you're connected and that you are together, there are ways, and that's probably why in your advice position you have the strategy card. There are ways for you to figure out where you stand, but you know, you do have to strategize, unfortunately. It's not going to be like carte blanche, blah. They're going to like diarrhea of the mouth and tell you things. They're not. That is also why, now I understand why this is in the challenge position, this Knight of Cups. And then you have the Ten of Cups. This makes a lot of sense to me now. See, in the challenge position, the Knight of Cups talks the challenge of the invitation coming in. So that could be like them picking up the phone and calling you. And this makes you feel like, okay, we're a set. We're a couple. We're together. This person's calling me on the regular. You know, they're calling me on the phone. But instead, you keep getting text messages. There it is at the end. I don't like the fact that there's a tower back there, though. But I don't know if me telling you this reading, you are well armed now with all the information. Let's finish clarifying this. But this tower is a fight. It's an argument. It doesn't necessarily mean something's over. Death is over. Death is done. Tower is just like something fucked up happens. It can be the end, but it might also be salvageable. But again, you both have to be willing to work at it. Knight of Cups and Ten of Cups. The Hermit in reverse. The Fool, the Three of Swords in reverse, and the Moon in reverse. Okay. So before you get to this point where it feels like a challenge to be heard or you going out to them on emotional levels, you feel like you find out something, right? Because it's interesting here where you have the Moon upright, and then in the next position, it's the Moon, what you don't see coming, upright. So this is you finding out something, right? I'm trying to, I don't know. Anyway, you find out something. You start healing, okay? Because something obviously ended on one end, on one scope. And now you have this healing from whatever the hell ended. And then the Fool, you taking a leap of faith and a risk to move forward. Now, that's the before. To see where you're standing today. But you're not opening up emotionally or asking each other out. You're not making big emotional moves with one another, even though you like each other. You're mirroring each other is what it looks like. Okay. Page of Swords. Yeah, you're stalking each other. Instead of stalking, you should be talking. And the 8 of... Okay. Concern time. I mean, it's not that bad. You guys are stalking each other and not working towards your end game, your end goal. I think you're both just like frozen in action. Both of you. You're like in little ice cubes facing each other, waiting for the ice cubes to melt so you could be together. Because what's interesting at the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands, which talks about leveling up, going one step up in the relationship, you know, and creating that platform that you need. But there's no effort in it. There's just stalking. Let's see the advice. You need to strategize, stop stressing, be the Queen of Swords. Either you cut something out or you put the knife down to have a chat. You actually, to be honest with you, if I'm looking at the Emperor and your advice, it's time to be you, Aries, and do what you do best. Boss the fuck up. It's time. And, you know, I'll give you an example. Work. There's someone above you. They're not qualified. They're dumb as shit. And you worked your ass off and you totally deserve that position. But you're scared to tell your boss that the person that they hired, who the fuck checked their references because they suck ass. It's like they gotta go. It's like they're not here to help anybody. They're the weakest link. And you know you've been busting your ass working hard, but you find it a little intimidating and scary to tell your boss XYZ. That's what bossing up is with the Emperor. You're a leader. You have great ideas. You just need to strategize with the Seven of Swords how you're going to do this and do it on the low. You gotta plan it, map it. Don't sit here and stress and have anxiety and just sit here and bitch and complain and vent and blah, blah, blah. Strategize. No more sleepless nights and anxiety, and deal with it. Before, please. This before, will tell me if what I just said to you is accurate. Yep. Oh, yeah. And then the Hierophant, doing something traditional or getting into a commitment. You know, when you have a career, that's a commitment too. To yourself, to your institution, and to your industry. Look at this. Five of Wands. Five of Wands talks about roadblocks, obstacles, challenges, but moreover, it talks about competition. Okay? And you compete with the best of them. So there you were, fighting your little fight, Aries. And this is what you got to do now to move forward. If you were in a relationship and you had to deal with somebody, you were competing to make yourself relevant in the eyes of somebody, if this is love related. If this is work related, there you were, you know, competing for a position or a situation or a job or a promotion. You now have to do this. You got to boss up and strategize. All right? Let's see what After is going to say in the advice position. The Empress. And the King of Swords. Bam. Here they are again. And then the Hermit, Virgo energy here. And this is Taurus. And here's Taurus again. But moreover, hair is too poofy. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to show you what fell out here, though. The Empress and the King of Swords. Your level is here. That king is here. Guess what? I think they're intimidated by you, to be honest with you. See, kings and queens report to empresses. And you're the one that can bring things into the world. They can't do anything without you, in fact. And they could be hiding that, you know, because they don't want to come off as, you know, less than. Sometimes people who are intimidated by others don't put the effort and just leave. They're like, no, that's just too scary for me. It's just not my vibe. It's not comfortable. This person isn't saying anything though. So it's saying you are an empress that you can bring things into this world. And here's this person, although they are at your sort of level, they can level up to you. This is about you bringing something into this world with this person, this energy. Now I'm going to go get the other cards. I don't like cards on the floor too long. Makes me uncomfortable. I know, such a weird thing to say and do, but it's how I feel. I don't know, I feel like I'm disrespecting my cards. I love you guys. Okay, last but not least. The Tower, the Six of Swords, the Sun, and Page of Cups. Before, please, Tara. Oh. Six of Swords came out again, sideways. So you were struggling to move on, all right? And you weren't in a good place. You were not. Even if it was bringing in money, it was doing something, you were going to stay there and just live with shit beneath you. Energy, time, money-wise, job-wise, fucked up people-wise. Spirit's like, and you know what, guys? Maybe before I could have forewarned you on this. Maybe it does, but the cards work in funny ways. They don't always tell us the bad stuff that's about to come. It will in a way, but they don't want you to know everything because you might ruin what they have in store for you or what's in plan for you. So they hold you off and they give you the information you need at the time. It's just, for me, how I've always come to believe in the cards and them be accurate. They're like, there's certain information you don't need to know all the time and what's coming in the future. It shows you what you can handle. It shows you what you need to know at the moment. Because if you did know everything, you could do something erratic and fuck shit up. So, you were struggling before to move forward. That is why maybe Spirit's like, okay, I don't see them moving. I've got to take them away from here. And then there's your Six of Swords. You start to, okay? And then you start seeing better days because you get something hopeful here, all right? Like some kind of message, so it makes you feel like you're coming in from out of the cold. Because I do see this King of Swords here and the Six of Pentacles helping you out a little bit. Let me see what the outcome has for you. I mean the after with the outcome. More sixes. Six of Wands. Six of Wands talks about success, vindication, validation. Somebody comes in and says, I've been so stupid. I can't believe I've completely ignored you or dissed you. So that's like a love that comes back and tells you all these things. That's an ego boost. I don't know if that actually means anything to you, but it does mean you do get some sort of success in a situation. And I do see this at the bottom of the deck, but this is resisting or holding steadfast towards something. So that implies to your next week reading. But as you move forward, because now you're in the sixes, you're moving on from whatever was disastrous before, you get this text message and it has you hopeful and happy. All right? You feel vindication, you feel validation. All right. Let's see what the romance angels have to say here. In regards to love, please. Okay, children are at the bottom of the deck. Your love life is being affected by children. So maybe some of you want them and the other person doesn't, or someone's not divorcing or moving forward with you because of their kids. You know how that plays for you. But that's at the bottom of the deck. So that's like issues coming down the road. What came out was reconciliation. Obviously, we're in a clarifying deep dive in the extended. The link is down below in the description box. You have to be a member to access the extended readings, though. If you do become a member, though, you have access to all the zodiac signs extended readings for the whole month. It's like almost, it's nothing. It's a small fee and you have access to everyone's extended reading for the whole entire month. Someone from your past is returning to your life. I did feel like you had multiple energies. That's why we saw an air sign and a fire sign. Well, two different types of people. And this is why you're hopeful. Let's see Shadow and Light, what they have to say here. And that is probably why I'm seeing here the Sun card in your outcome and the Six of Wands here for reconciliation. Somebody comes back to vindicate you, validate you. Strategize, Aries. Strategize. Just one, please. It's like 4 of them. If I read all 4, we'd be here all night. Ooh, this is a good one. Vulnerability and empathy. Let's read this bad boy. Empathy is the ability to truly feel and be with someone in their feelings. To walk together with them on a dark road. It's not standing beside and waving at them, but truly being there for them. To hold their hand and drown with them for a moment and be able to feel their emotions. By understanding how they feel, you can help to pull them up to the surface again. To be able to say, I feel sorry for you, or I feel sorry with you. To be able to say, I feel sorry for your loss, whatever it could be. Let their feelings blossom in their darkness and let them spread out in a way they can be freed of some of their pain. Don't try to fix them though, Aries, because they'll be like a fucking pigeon, shit on you and fly away. Let them release their own emotions at their own time. Understand them, feel them, don't push them. Seriously, you don't want to be the healer instead of the person that's just there with them. When we're vulnerable, we let other people in. It is the way we can show them the dark path we are taking within them, within all our flaws and nastiness. We let them see the path of us we have tried to hide deep under the surface. Therefore, empathy cannot exist without vulnerability. If you don't dare to show yourself and what you truly feel, it's almost impossible for others to understand you and show empathy towards you. The card challenges you to think of your vulnerability as an asset rather than a liability. And I know a lot of Aries tend to do this. They hide who they are because they don't want to get hurt, and in the end you do get hurt. It's interesting how ironic it could be that this can actually hurt you in a way by not being vulnerable. As a strength rather than a weakness, a true power within you, and that's why you have the Strength card. You have so much to gain from showing your true self. It might feel extremely scary to show your vulnerability in front of someone, but don't you admire people that do this? Don't you think of them as brave and strong? Showing vulnerability is often seen as being weak, but it's actually being extremely strong. Someone opening up to you might make it easier for you to open up to them, and likewise, you can help someone else to release their feelings by revealing yours to them. A bond of trust and empathy can then start to flourish and grow. You see anything else? My vulnerability is my strength. It's an affirmation you guys can tell yourselves. All right, this is what I have for you guys this week. Members, I'll see you over at Extended. I hope that helped for you guys this week, and I will see you on the next one.